cross-legged position if that's how you're sitting. Remember, you can always do this in a chair also. To the best of our ability, we have a nice long spine, creating lots of space for energy to flow up and down the spine. Palms are facing the sky, chin mudra. Let's be mindful of our breath so that we have a very passive inhale, but an active exhale. That's a wonderful habit to get used to, so that even when we're driving, standing in the line at the bank, we have that mindful breath of an active exhale. Leave the inhale alone, it'll happen. All together, inhale, bring hands to heart center. Going now into the Anjali Mudra for balance. And let's share the pranava 3 times. Take a breath in. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Three times, the shorter version of the Guru mantra. All together, take a breath in. Om Hrim Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Hrim Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Hrim Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And on your next exhale, go ahead. Release the pose. Let's come into child's pose. Starting to open up the hips, the knees, the ankles, shoulders, relaxing the neck. Nice big breaths here. And let's stay. 4, 3, 2, and inhale up to tabletop, neutral tabletop. Curl the toes under and exhale into downward facing dog. Now, especially if it's the first one for you today, go ahead. Let's push through the shoulders, but don't worry about your hamstrings. Feel free to bend the knees and perhaps just kind of what they say, walk the dog, bringing one heel down and then the other. Keep pushing through the shoulders, warming up the body, creating a little bit of heat with this muscular contractions. Or you can stay here in stillness. Let's stay here. Think about elongating the spine. Let the head drop wherever it is. You're looking behind you. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Looking at your hands. Now you lift the head, look right between your hands. And inhale, let's bring the right foot in between both hands. So we're coming into a lunge. Hold here. Feel a nice opening through that left hip. Do your best not to let the right knee fall to the outside. Square your hips. And if you're finding it hard to square your hips, then bring that left knee a little closer towards your right heel. Shorten the distance, and that may help you square the hips. If you can, fingers are in line with the toes. And then you shrug the shoulders behind you at the same time. If that's not possible, you might want to be up on your fingertips, or you can even have a block here where your hands are resting so that you can have a nice long line from the bottom of the spine to the top of the head. That's our goal. Hold here. 4, 3, 2, 1. As you inhale, step that left foot back and exhale right back into your downward facing dog. Hold here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's do the left side. Let's switch the gaze. Look in between your hands, and then inhale, step the left foot forward. Coming into a lunge here. Again, it's the same awareness, doing our best not to let the left knee fall to the outside, squaring the hip points down. If we can, hands are flat on the mat, fingers and toes in line. If that causes our shoulders to round too much, we can always put a block underneath our hands or come up onto our fingertips, because we're trying to shine the heart, lengthen the back, and open up the hip flexors. Hold here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, step back, and exhale, downward facing dog. Now, as we're refining our awareness in the downward facing dog, let's bring awareness to pushing through the shoulders, finding a little bit more tension between the thumb and the pointer finger, that L shape that you've just made with your hands. That helps to align the wrists over the elbows to shoulders. Really let gravity just let the head hang down, a little lower perhaps. About bringing the chest towards the thighs. As we do that, we're rotating through the shoulder girdle a little more deeply. Hold 4, 3, 2, and 1. As you exhale, gently bring the knees down. Come back to child's pose. This time, let's try and bring our knees a little closer together or all the way together as we enjoy child's pose. Four, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, keep your elbows exactly where they are. Let's inhale, come up to a neutral tabletop. We're on our elbows. Now, if you've noticed that your elbows are a little wider than your shoulders, now's the time to bring them in, shorten the distance between both elbows. Clasp the hands together in front of you, coming into a dolphin. Curl the toes under, and then inhale, lift the hips up. And it's the same shape as the downward facing dog, it's just that you're on your shoulders. And the only way to keep your head from touching the mat is you have to push through the shoulders. You're still looking backwards. This is a little bit more intense also on the hamstrings. No worries. If your heels don't touch, hold here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's keep the tension in the shoulders. As you exhale, just bend the knees and bring them down to the mat, but don't let go of the shoulders. Knees lightly touch the mat, and then exhale, take the knees off the mat and come right back into Dolphin. So I have not changed the angle of my elbow to shoulder or the nice lengthening of my spine. I'm simply bringing my knees down to the mat and then back up. Let's do it again. Take a breath in. As you exhale, bring the knees down. Stay here. Inhale. And then exhale, come back to Dolphin. Got it? Take a breath in. Exhale, release knees to the mat. Take a breath in. Inhale. And exhale, come back. Again, breath. Exhale, knees come down to the mat. They just lightly touch. Stay here for a breath. And then exhale, come back to your Dolphin. Hold here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, child's pose. Hold. Coming into Vajrasana, lift the head, lengthen the back. Use the support of your hands as you inhale, draw the hands towards the body. Sitting on our heels, hands are resting lightly on our thighs. Roll the shoulders up and back. Close the eyes. Stay here. Find that nice calm breath. And before we come into our more intense hamstring stretches, let's do a nice seated spinal twist. Left hand to the right thigh. Inhale the right arm up at the top. Exhale, release the shoulders down. Now at this point, if you find that you are sticking your rib cage forward and you have an extreme arch in the back, let's bring it back in. It's lengthening through the spine. Try and hold that sensation. As you inhale once more, and then exhale, find the twist. Inhale again, and exhale, bring the right hand behind you. Draw the shoulders behind. Chin is in neutral position. You're looking through the right eye, right corner of the right eye. Hold here. For 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. To come out, turn that right palm up. Inhale the arm up behind you. As you exhale, come back to center and release the hand. Right hand to the left side. Inhale, extend the left arm up at the top. Exhale, shrug both shoulders back. Adjust your spine as needed. Inhale, grow tall. Anchoring through the pelvis. Exhale, find the twist at the waist. Inhale again. And exhale, release the left arm behind you. Make any little micro adjustments that you need to do. Sometimes to get the twist, we overcompensate, again, by bringing the ribs forward or bringing the right shoulder forward. Bring the chin into neutral and look out the left corner of your left eye. Feel the twist around the waist. You're anchored through your seat bones. Hold here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. To come out, open up the left palm behind you. Inhale the left arm up. As you exhale, come back to center and return. Let's come into butterfly position. So sitting on our butt, bringing the soles of the heels together. Again, let's find a position where we can maintain that beautiful straight back. Let the knees fall to the side. Soles of the feet are together, but we're not holding anywhere for balance. So find that position for you. Bring our hands to heart center. Drop the shoulders. Hold here. It's a real balancing act, trying to figure out how do I create enough tension to have a beautiful long back, and at the same time, allow my hips to open. Hold here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. As you exhale, let's go ahead and hang on to our big toes or the ankles. And now, using our arms for balance, let's bring those heels a little closer to the middle of our body. Shine the heart, drop the shoulders. Hold here. So now we're taking the tension and the balance into our arms rather than our core, which may allow us to open up the hips just a little bit more. Holding here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. To come out into Dandasana, take a breath in first, and then as you exhale, extend the legs forward, arms up overhead, and we're back in Dandasana, nice, beautiful staff pose. Hold here. Release tension in the thighs. Try and feel those sits bones. Widen the armpit to the side, even as the palms are pointed towards one another. Hold here. 4, 3, 2, 1. To come out, take a breath in. As you exhale, release the hands to the sides and release the legs. Let's come into a seated wide straddle position. Go ahead and get a block. Let's hold these poses nice and long. Remember, if you need to put a prop underneath your butt, underneath the hips, go ahead and do so. Let's start in the middle today. So have your block or your cushion. We'll go down 50%, then another 50%, and then the full, and then come back. So we're all set up. I'm going to get my little clock going. All right, sitting up nice and straight. Block is in front of you. We're going to come down 50% of the way and hold it for 1 minute. Remember, there's a real connection between staying as still as possible, not fidgeting, but not only physically, but here in our brain. The minute we start having thoughts, that means we have emotions, which means there's going to be some kind of a physical manifestation of that emotion or thought, which most usually brings some type of tension into the body. And we're trying to find a place of total relaxation so that our muscle fibers can nicely lengthen. So if we keep our focus on our breath, that is going to slow down all the movement in the brain, which is going to have this beautiful feedback loop where we just relax more and more and more. All right, hands are in front of you, roll the shoulders up and back. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, come down 50%, and let's hold here. As you exhale, let's come down another 50%. This time, I think we'll hold it for 2 minutes instead of 1. And then you can choose to stay here for another minute, or if you'd like, take a gentle exhale and come down to the full expression for you today in this position for 1 minute. And very mindfully inhale, let's come up halfway, wherever that halfway mark is. Hold here for 1 minute. And to come out, lift the head, lengthen the back, use your hands to help you inhale, come all the way up. Once you get up, just stay still for a minute. Not a minute, but a few breaths. This forward fold in a wide straddle, for most of us, really puts a lot of tension through the lower back and the glutes. And so we just want to let everything come back. All right. Take your block, bring it to the left side. We're going to do the same sequence again. So turn your torso to the left, anchor through that right leg, anchor through that right hip. As we do the bend to the left, we don't want this left hip and leg to turn in or leave contact with the mat, all righty? So we're in position, hands are on either side of the knee, roll the shoulders up and back, have a nice long torso. Let's begin with a nice long torso. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, come down halfway, wherever that is for you. 1 minute here. Exhale, come down another 50%. Exhale, come down to your full expression today. Gently inhale, let's come back up halfway. And to come out, inhale, gently come back up to a nice seated position, turn forward, and just stay still. Now, for some of you, staying still and just letting the body come back to a place of balance and comfort, you can do it sitting here. If this is still, if you're still really, you're still uncomfortable, go ahead and lay back, bring your knees to chest, and just roll from side to side. We're all different, and even different days. We find that we can come back to balance by sitting in stillness, and other days we feel better if we do a little spinal twist or knees to chest. I'm just going to sit here a few more breaths. All right, and let's do the right side. So let's take the block to the right side. This time we're anchoring through that left leg. Take a look at your legs. See how the knees, thighs, shin bones, feet are all in a nice alignment. As we do our forward fold, we want to try our best to keep that alignment all facing up towards the sky. All right, so we've turned our body to the right, hands on either side of the knee. Shrug the shoulders up and back. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, go ahead, come down halfway. And as you exhale, let's come down another 50%. Hold here. And exhale, let's come down to a full expression. Gently inhale, let's come back up 50%. And coming out, lift the head, lengthen the back, use your hands for support. Come back to the center, and let's all just stay here. Breathe. Now you have a choice. You can either come onto your back, knees to chest, and roll from side to side, or if you'd like to try, if you're feeling okay, let's do another forward fold to the center. And this time, if you can, grab your big toe with your first two fingers and thumb. You just kind of grab it there, shine the heart, and then exhale, forward fold. And just notice how much more comfortable it is to come down now than it was when we first started this stretch exercise. Hold here, not for long. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the head, lengthen back. And you'll come back up, release. And now let's all meet on our backs, knees to chest, hands to knees, and just roll from side to side. So while we're doing this, I just want to give a little reminder. Remember, when we're doing stretches or we're trying to lengthen muscle groups in the body, it's all about overcoming the stretch reflex. So the stretch reflex, remember, is when all the little nerves, the motor neurons in the muscles, are being lengthened, and they say, wait a second, we're being lengthened or stretched more than usual. So I want to protect the muscle, I want to protect the joint, so it sends a message to the brain that says, hey, something's happening. And the brain says, okay, don't worry, I'll take care of it. And so the brain says, let's contract. Let's just contract that muscle and fight against the stretch, fight against lengthening. That's called stretch reflex. So if we hold a position for at least 90 seconds, a minute and a half, those little messenger nerves, messengers, they get tired of going back and forth up the nerve channel to the spine, up the spine to the brain, and then back. Everybody gets really tired and they say, oh, forget it. Fine, go ahead and lengthen and stretch. So that's why holding the stretch for longer periods in a nice, quiet manner facilitates lengthening over time that muscle group. All right, let's come to the center, stay here. Now, there's another way to stretch, and we've talked about it before, and we'll practice it now in Janus Rasasana or head to knee pose. It's not classically a yoga way to do stretch, but it's a way of lengthening muscle fibers a little faster in some cases. All right, so as we exhale, go ahead, roll up into Dandasana, extend the arms up high. We're all sitting in Dandasana. Legs are extended in front of us. Nice gentle flexion in the ankles. Arms extended up high. And so release. Let's come into Janus Rasasana. Left leg is extended, bend the right knee, bring the sole of the right foot next to the thigh. Okay, remember, in Janus Rasasana, ideally, we want to be perfectly squared off with the left leg in front of us, hip point squared, right knee out to the side. If that's not possible for whatever reason, you can always move that left leg and open it up a little bit. You can also put something underneath this right thigh to right knee to lift it up so that it's more comfortable. You can also just have the knee face forward and your foot backwards. Now, this is a really great technique to facilitate lengthening. We introduce tension and then relaxation, tension and relaxation. So when I come down into Janus Rasasana like this, once I'm down to wherever I want to be, I actively tighten my quad, the thigh muscle in front, and I hold it as tight as I can for maybe 8 seconds. And then the next 4 seconds, I completely relax the muscle. So what's happening is that when my thigh, the front of the leg, is tight, it automatically lengthens the back of the thigh. That's just anatomically what's going to happen. So what I'm doing is I'm just introducing tension, relaxation to get that hamstring to lengthen. So let's practice that, all right? So we're in position. For me, it's more comfortable to have my foot to the back, so that's how I'm going to do this position. Hands on either side of your left thigh, left knee, roll the shoulders up and back, nice straight back, look down your left foot, hip, knee, toes are all pointing up towards the sky. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, come down to wherever you are today. All right, soft breaths. Start to contract that thigh muscle really hard. Hold, breathe. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take an exhale and simply relax that thigh. Hold. Let's hold it for another 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Introduce tension. Contract that thigh for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, relax. Now, that doesn't mean we don't keep the ankle in flexion. You want to keep that there. You're just relaxing the thigh. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's come out. Lift the head, lengthen the back. Use your hands for support. Inhale, rise up. Hold here. And then exhale, release the pose. Let's bring the right leg in front, shake it out. If you need to take a quick turn on your back, knees to chest, go ahead. And let's do the other side. Right leg's extended, bend the left knee. Bring that left sole of the foot to the right thigh. Check your position. Again, make any adjustments you want, opening up the right leg, putting something underneath your right knee. Hands are on either side of the right knee. Roll the shoulders up and back. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, go ahead, come down. Find out where you are. Hold here. Introduce tension. Contract. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, relax that thigh. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Introduce tension, contract. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, relax. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. To come out, lift the head, lengthen back, use your hands for support. Inhale, rise up. You stay right here. Exhale, release the pose, bring both legs together in front, shake it out a little bit. And let's lay down on our back, coming for a nice spinal twist. Spinal twists are really nice counter poses for some of these more intense hamstring stretches. So extend the arms out to the side. Let's just lay here. Just let that lower back relax again. There was a lot of stretching in the lower back. So just kind of let it relax. Feel the tension releasing from the lower back as it lowers down towards the mat. It's not that it's going to touch the mat as much as you just kind of feel a little lengthening there. Now let's activate the legs so that we can float the knees over the hips. Take a breath in. Exhale, contract, tilt, float knees over hips. Take another breath in, and as you exhale, let the knees go to the right. You look to the left. As you come into position, try your best not to fidget. Let's hold this for 2 minutes. And all together, coming to the other side, take a breath in. As you exhale, contract, tilt, bring the knees to center and over to the left. Let's stay here. And coming back to center all together, take a breath in. As you exhale, contract, tilt, float knees to center, hands to knees, knees to chest. And as you exhale, release the legs, release the hands, and let's come into Savasana. If you can enjoy your Savasana a little bit longer, please do. Have a great day. We're ready to come out. Let's just first take a few very mindful breaths before we even start movement. And then let's change that focus a little bit and start bringing awareness to the toes and fingers, ankles and wrists, elbows, knees, hips and shoulders, back and neck, All together, let's roll over onto our right-hand side. And then on the next exhale, use your hands and let's come to a nice seated position. As you get into your position, close the eyes, bring the hands into Chin Mudra. As my teacher likes to say, just allow the allowing. Just allow yourself to feel that beautiful sense of peace and relaxation, not only in the body, but in your thoughts, sensations, and emotions right now. All together, inhale, bring our hands to heart center. Sharing the pranava one time. Take a breath in. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And as you exhale, let's bow down to the teacher within. Inhale, come back up. Open your eyes. You're back into full awareness. Namaste, everybody. Have a great day.